really got you going so far?
Good, good. I assume that most of you are here to learn a little bit about Milton Erickson. About Milton Erickson. He has been kind of an idol of mine since I found out about him a number of years ago. Have any of you heard me present on this last year? Here? Oh, God, a few people are smart. That's good. I like that. I like that. You can't hear me? Okay, I'll make sure that you can hear me. I'll make sure that you can hear me. What I'd like to do is to explain a little bit about what Ericksonian hypnosis is, why it's different than what we would normally call traditional hypnosis, how to use it in your practice, and give you a couple of techniques that you can take home with you today that will be useful, from like right now. Things that are easy to do, that you can utilize either in conversation, in communication, and in your practice that you'll be able to do right away with little or no practice. Now that's not true of every technique that Erickson used, but it's certainly true of a couple of them. And I said utilize, and that's really interesting here because it's an interesting word. Because Erickson, he wanted to call his approach to hypnosis the utilization approach. And basically what he's suggesting is that in order for you to work with a client, you really need to step into the client's model of the world. See, now, there's a lot of different types of healing and therapy that people are doing here. Now, some of it's real and some of it's metaphysical woo-woo and BS, right? You know how to tell the difference? The ones you believe are real, and the other ones are metaphysical woo-woo and BS. Well, isn't that true?
That's true.
Clue. That's true for your clients. So if a client comes in front of me and says, hey, you're not going to do that past life crap on me, are you? I'm going to go, no way. I don't do that today. Now, key. Does it make any difference whether or not I believe in past lives? No, it doesn't. It really doesn't. I need to utilize their belief system. Does it make any difference if they believe in past lives on a conscious level? No. Only thing I'm concerned with is that little 8-year-old kid that lives inside that we basically call the unconscious mind. Because if that little kid buys it, you need to deal with it. Two possibilities here. I'm just going to sidetrack a little bit on that. Two possibilities on past lives. One, they exist. Two, they don't. Let's just examine that real briefly, and then I'll get past that. They exist. Two possibilities. Client believes, client doesn't. If they exist and client believes in it, piece of cake. If they exist and client doesn't believe in it, what difference does it make? Because they're holding it in a frame which is basically this lifetime is their belief of reality. Whatever they know of anything that could be in here from a past life, they're going to project into a context of this lifetime. Possibility two, there's no such thing. In which case, they don't believe. No problem. They do believe. Well, then anything that they're doing about a past life is a projection they're creating in this reality. So you just deal with it that way. But it's playing with it. It's playing with it. Whether or not you believe is not relevant, no matter what the woo-woo is. Somebody believes in angels, I'll deal with that. If I believe or I don't believe, doesn't really make any difference. So Milton Erickson. Erickson was a really interesting character. And he had polio.